Bam! Just having a little fun there. This segment I'm going to call Keep Your Head Up. The struggles out there are really, really, truly real. And a lot of people is going through things, and we're pretty much like the last thing I talk about, losing it. And again, remember, a lot of these things were kind of tied together in some retrospect, but unfortunately, in today's world, we don't really have, though we should, have the helps that we need. Seeking help today is not like in the past. It was pretty cool. I'm from the islands, and I could go next door and ask for uh, a teaspoonful of sugar and get a full bag. And here, I won't even try going next door to ask for anything. I'll either go without or go to the store. But let's get back to um, the meat of things. When God wants to bless you, Satan will blast you. So, the struggle is real. Now, let's look at a couple things. First of all, I know some people say don't throw Satan in there all the time, and Satan is good with that, to tell you the truth. And again, remember, these are point of views from the heart. If it's not your fact, it's okay. We all have the rights to our beliefs. Okay? For those that it helps, please take heed, apply what is best for you, and then move it forward. The only one that's going to end up paying for your reality is you. So if we keep listening to people and just doing what they say without really being accountable for ourselves, then that's where the regret is going to come in. But if you're listening and you say, I like that, I'm going to use this, I am going to use that, then you're not pointing a finger, because you've picked out what's important to you and applied what's important to you. So, Satan, smooth little cat down there, he's not going to come tell you, hey, this is what I'm going to make you do. You make it nice and subtle and let you believe is what you want to do. It's kind of called manipulation, but it's what you want to do. He give you little suggestions, little subliminal messages, flash some things at you, and next thing you know, the bad looks very appetizing. Because he's done desensitized you quick. And now you're going, you know what? I'm looking over there. That guy's been selling some drugs, and look at the money and the car he's driving and the life he's living. I could do that. I want a piece. What he ain't showing you is now you got to watch your back forever, and things ain't always green on the other side. Because then if you get caught, that lifestyle ain't as pretty as the one driving the car, flashing how much he's making. So, choice. You got a choice to make. Don't just follow the flash. Everything that glitters isn't gold. Let's look at another one. The mob. They are powerful and extremely protected. And you said, I want a piece of that. Now you got to watch your back because getting in and getting out is two different things, right? We all know it. But again, that flash looks so good. We get caught up. I'm going to say this. You'll always get tested. First of all, you will always get tested. And why would that be done first most of the time? Because in order to beat you, we need to break you. Breakthroughs are there for a reason. That means you've done something different to overcome. But we stepping back into where you're at. In order to beat you, we have to break you. And if everything is done and he can't reach you, he goes to your siblings, he goes to your kids, he goes to the wife or boyfriend or family member. He attack your money, he attack the job, he attack your health, he attack your lifestyle, and all of a sudden you find you're just getting beat down one way or another, and it's coming like a tsunami that you can't stop. Bless or blast? Again, subliminally just let you feel like that is what you should do. And then after you're caught up, too late. And if he got you where he needs you, all you have to do is keep things looking pretty. And then you'll stay put. But when you don't stay put, watch out. Because here he comes. All of a sudden, what you was doing that was so great isn't great after all. The family members that you thought you had to count on that was there for you. You see, because again, he wants you to only look for the enemies outside. Sometimes the enemies are closer than you think. And it's sad because there shouldn't be one. But our mindsets messes us up. Now, I'm not really calling your family member your enemy in its sense. I'm calling the way we think the enemy, because even family sometimes aren't as supportive, aren't as loving, and aren't as in your corner as they should be. Sometimes they're the one that got you in trouble in the first place. Think about that for a moment. All right. So before you beat me up, understand, I'm not calling you your enemy. We're looking at point of views. And then point of views can be what messes us up a lot. All right. Now, let's look at something. Blindside. Great movie. You haven't watched it? Watch it. And why I'm bringing that one up, and I'm going to probably throw in a couple more as the Lord lead them here in my head. Blindside. Seeing your ability versus knowing your ability is two different things. Because for most of us, we allow these things to get in the way. I can't do it. I can't go no more. That's it. I'm done. If you watch the movie, you will see. The coach is going, you can do it. No, I can't. But then he blindfolds him. Take away those wonderful blockades. You call them eyes. Sometimes what you see isn't what you should be seeing. Think about that for a moment. And he covers his eyes and he says, now let's do the same thing one last time. And then that young man finds himself doing something he had no idea he would ever be able to do. But it was always there. He couldn't see it. And for most of us, you don't need to see it. You just need to be it. Do I need to repeat that? You don't need to see it. You need to be it. Okay. The Forge. Another movie. Recommended him. Why? You're looking at all your adversities and life is doing this and people treat me wrong and that and I can't do no better and we find all the things to complain about while staying in the mess we're in. Check it out. Watch this young man's walk. Watch his struggles. Watch how life can be and is for some of us. But God. Those two words sometimes just, it don't matter what you're going through. You throw those two words in there and things start moving. But God. So again, check it out. Let me see. Fireproof. Thank you. Fireproof. Families. Marriages. Hey, you getting beat down? I'm about to throw in the towel, whatever the case is. I can't go no more. I'm done with you, fool. Fireproof. You know when something is fireproof, it's resisting what everything is getting burnt down with. Fireproof. Fireproof your house. Fireproof your life. Fireproof your love. Fireproof each other. Fireproof your family members. Fireproof your friends. Fireproof the environment around you. I don't even know where that came from. Thank you. So I'm just going to say again, thank you. Maybe somebody needed to hear that. Now, I just gave you a few little examples of what to watch and do. Let me give you a few not to. You're not Rambo. So you don't need to go out there to shoot up everything, kill up everything, and act the fool. Okay? You're not a gladiator. Put your weapons down. Pick the right ones up. You know, as a kid, they used to sing my Bible. Fight with that. Great tool. You'll catch on in a little bit. Okay, so again, you're not Rambo. You're not a gladiator. And this is definitely not North or South. For those that a little bit back in the day, they know about North versus South. And it's straight war. Everybody killing everybody. Life trials is there to make you better, not bitter. Better, not bitter. So let's get with a correct program, and I think we're going to do just fine. Hurt people do not have to hurt people. You can take your hurt and bless somebody else. And you know, sometimes the Lord would allow you to be the one hurting because you're strong enough to handle the hurt that He needs you to go through so you could help the ones behind you. I know we go, but I didn't want to go through that. You know, I look at some things I've been through myself in my life and I go in, I didn't want to go through that. But I'm also sitting here because I went through a lot of junk. And now I'm hoping that by listening, you're learning instead of going out to experiencing it yourself, and then you're finding yourself in a worse position. I could tell my kids, you're grown or growing, one of the two, and you get to make a choice. I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'll give you suggestions or advice towards what you will eventually choose to do. So when you're mad at anybody, be mad at a person in the mirror. Because either you listened well or everybody, just because the words came out of my mouth didn't mean that you listened. You might have heard what I said. It don't mean you listened, because after you heard it, it went like the wind. Can you catch the wind? You grab all day, you ain't catching nothing. You might feel it. That's about it. And some of you all, the words are just like the wind. Yep, he said something, and then that was the end of that. So then what do you get from it? Absolutely nothing. But you'll still blame somebody when you got absolutely nothing from what was put in front of you. Do you know, if you're watching this, it's most likely it wasn't because you were supposed to be watching this, but because he wanted you to be watching this? Maybe something is in here for you. So while you watch, maybe ask, you know what, Lord? What parts of this is important to me? And then what parts of this can I use to help somebody? See, we don't ask that stuff because we get selfish. It's all about self. Cut it out. We said we're trying to do better, right? In the beginning, with doing better. So let's stop looking at just self. Unless you're looking at, how can I help? How can I help? You see, I used the I, but it wasn't for me. I'm not asking what can I get for me and do for me and be better for me, and everybody else could go drop off a bridge. How can I apply me to help you? Okay. Struggles. Again, we're all struggling. I get it. But do me a favor. I'm going to lean in a little bit. Let's evaluate your hustle. Your HUSTLE. How you struggle to live every day. Let's evaluate that. What exactly are you doing? What can you be doing or change? Maybe even introduce to your way of life. Are you just, again, sitting back complaining? Or can you be praying instead? Good questions, right? Okay. Let's tweak that a little bit more. Are you feeding yourself with the negativity? Or are you inviting the positivity? Should I say that again? Okay, maybe I do it. Are you feeding the negativity? You know, like a fire, if you keep adding fuel for it to burn, more wood, more gas, it's gonna get bigger. If you're feeding your negativity, it ain't going away. In fact, you're helping it to look as immense and massive as it can be. And somebody down there is going, that's my boy, that's my girl. Someone up there is going, that's not it. In order to overcome that, we need to welcome in the positive sides so that you can fix the negative sides. Okay. So don't get caught up in what you have unless it's something that can be used. You look like a hoarder, right? They have a whole lot of stuff. How much of a blessing is that to just have stuff that you can't use or find when you need it? Okay. A few of you will let that sink in a little bit, and then you're going to go, ooh, you're right. A saw without a saw blade is what? Just a tool. Can you use it? You can turn it on. It ain't cutting nothing. Some of you are saws without blades, making a whole bunch of noise, but ain't doing nothing. Cut it out. All right. Let me ask this. What source are you plugged into? What source are you plugged into? You could be a mighty rocket, capable of blasting your way beyond Pluto, and all I take is your battery. What are you now able to do? What source do you have that's powering you? You know what? I was going to keep going, but something says split this. So I'm going to cut that here so that you all could think about that. What's your source empowering you to do better, to do different, to get up out of the ruts you're in, to make a change? What do you have driving you? Because if we're letting people take away the sources of our strength, the sources of our love, the sources of our bonds, the sources of our home, the sources from our kids, all you're going to be left with is nothing but trouble. So, coming into the next segment, we're going to continue, but I'm going to end on what's your source. Really think about that. And subscribe and join me in the next one. You got comments? Put it down. Love to hear them. Good or bad, it's okay. We all have the rights to our opinions. And see you in the next segment. Many blessings.